Hello, hello, how you guys doing? Hope you're having a good day out there. And oh, excuse me, whatever part of it. Oh, excuse me, so sorry, keep belching. Oh, just got done drinking some water. Um, this this topic for today is going to be on interracial dating. The good things about it and what's about to come to interracial dating. And some of you probably already know they're trying to pass a law that prevent people who truly love each other trying to be divisive based on their mate. And some people, why can't people live their own lives? I agree with you, but some people um, just they don't have a life. They jealous, they insecure, and things like that. But I'm gonna check out this video. First, we're gonna start with the positive of it, and it's lighthearted, and then we're gonna get you to the reality of when you pick someone of a different race. This is what I've learned. Pick the character of a person. I'm gonna show you in this video why.
If you have a gun for self-defense, you need to hear this to avoid making a mistake that could land you in jail, or worse.
Hey sis, meet me on the porch. At this point, I need everybody to meet me on the porch. I need the black women, I need the white women, and I need the black men. This is some seriously real shit that I am utterly disturbed by, and I am just tired because I don't understand why there's this major attack on black women.
Oh, what? Wait! Huh? Girl. There's been a major attack on black women since day one in society in the West, if you understand history. This isn't new. There's always been some attacks that have been waged against black femininity, against black women, and I mean just really against family structures. Femininity in general, to a certain extent, has been under attack. So this isn't like surprising or new to me. But let's continue.
So this video, if it goes into a part two, not a problem. I'm about to ram it up. I was in the barbershop today, and it was a young black male coming here. He might have been between that 22 to 24 age group. Very handsome, very, very handsome. So I believe he's might have just been coming back from college or graduating or whatever the case may be, because they were happy to see him when he came in. So he sits down, and so they're just talking, what's going on, and he's giving an update. He's graduated, he's got an engineering degree. Oh my God, I'm over there on the proudness. I'm in the background, I don't know him, I'm just kind of sitting down listening to what he's saying. So the barber begins to get filled in on him. What's been going on, this and that, and he says, I'm coming back, I'm getting married. So everybody, like great, and I'm so on the side being so nosy and over there like a proud auntie. I don't even know this young man, right? So
let me say this real quick. When black women go to college, or when black women attend college, very often they are encouraged not to settle down. Very often they are discouraged from getting married or getting into a relationship that would be long-term while they are still developing their identity, exploring themselves, finding out what they like. Like, they are very discouraged from doing that. I'm saying this from my own personal experience, and also from the personal experience of black women that I know. So what he's saying is absolutely great, phenomenal, but I'm mentioning that because very, very many black women go into college not with the exception of, hey, I can meet my husband here, or hey, this would be a great place for me to meet my husband. That's not the mindset. Oftentimes they go in with like, this is the step that I need to build my career or get myself to a certain place, and I'm not ready to settle down until my career has gotten here. I'm saying this out of personal experience. I'm saying this actually out of conversations I literally have with black women at my own age group, even a black woman right now who are in college. So I'm saying that because I'm like, I think we just need to understand culturally that's not something that is cultivated in many black women. Now, I'm sure there are still some who go and they're able to meet their, husbands and find a long-term relationship and be happy. Like, that does happen.
Too long. Sorry about that. I'm gonna tell you the reason why she mentions that.
Who black women really choose. Racist white rapper.
Married to the gang, she cheated on our honeymoon. Yeah, it's only one me and it's a honeydew. Make 1,000 in my sleep, bitch, I make money moves. All I ever wanted was acknowledgement. Now you can suck my fucking dick and use your spit to polish it. I was working while they called it sick. I ain't qualified for a record deal or a scholarship. Tears drying on my cheek while I was homeless. Ain't got shit to lose, I jump in like a foam pit. They know me in Pakistan is zone 6. I can turn your home into a trap. I got my own bricks. Yeah, nobody care though. My hands are on the wheel while they stand still like scarecrows. Running circles around these bitches like air shows. I got them slipping like the stairs bros. We got 100 views.
Christopher Robertson, who goes by the alias James Lomack on social media, is known for posting inflammatory content promoting a race war. Under the Lomack persona, he has a documented history of approaching Jewish organizations while falsely claiming to be a high-ranking representative of white people, demanding to speak with senior officials. His actions prompted 80 Jewish facilities in the Atlanta area to increase security. On August 1st, a warrant was issued for Robertson after he posted a video threatening to murder black individuals who, in his words, lash out at white men.
Don't worry, I'm not allowed to speak because I speak for the white man. I'm not a liberal crybaby, so my shit don't get no views, but I just hope you don't get to see it, you know? You liberal crybabies, you racist black people who are making comments talking about all white people need to die. You people who think that because you're comfortable, you understand, you're comfortable now, and you think it's okay to lash out openly at the white man. Like, we will kill the shit out of you guys. I hope you understand that. We will fucking murder you. We don't do what y'all are doing, dog. We don't get online and ya. We go fa. You goddamn fucking treasonous tyrant bitch motherfuckers are in our country. You're in our country. You making posts talking about all white men need to die and I can't believe white men are doing this. Bro, we will murder everybody in this bitch. Everybody in this bitch, bro. We will take over this goddamn country.
He was arrested by the FBI at his home following a prolonged standoff during which he barricaded himself for several hours. He is now facing federal charges for communicating interstate threats.
The FBI is here. They said they have an warrant. Fuck! Holy shit! Holy shit, I'm on!
Further investigation revealed that Robertson was a failed rapper and known for being involved in interracial relationships. This was his girlfriend 2 years ago. He also doesn't like the NOI.
This is a message to black people and the nation of Islam. And the things that you guys believe, Minister Louis Farrakhan and all of you guys, listen, man, this is not an insult, I promise. You guys have a lower IQ than the rest of us, and your theologists have really fucked with you. A theologist is somebody who does the religion thing, right? So Louis Farrakhan is like your pope. He's the guy who's in charge of your religion, your religious beliefs. So basically, he wrote your Bible, and I don't think you guys know the full story of your Bible, but it's just crazy science fiction. I mean, it is beyond any level of science fiction of fucking Scientology. Or did you know that you guys are supposed to be picked up in a spaceship, and that a spaceship is supposed to come and destroy all white people so that you have a utopia? Did you know that you're taught that the white man enslaved black people, and that's just not factually accurate? We came and bought slaves from a market that was already established.
There is always a black woman in the background of these racist, failed white rappers. MGK, Kid Rock, Eminem, and the list goes on. Any white man that dates black women and raps cannot be trusted. He is just a loser looking for an easy come up. Look at his BET shirt in one of his garbage freestyles. Anyway, here's why you cannot trust white or non-black men who date black women.
I will never stop screaming from the mountaintops that interracial relationships do not cure racism. I grew up with a dad who's not black, and the amount of anti-blackness that existed in my home, I wasn't allowed to wear braids in my hair because they're ghetto. Wasn't allowed to have nicknames because they're ghetto. They used to make me scrub my knees and my elbows and overall my skin because it was too black. I had this friend in elementary that I used to hang out with named Chelsea, and I was told that I couldn't hang out with Chelsea the first time they met her because she was too black. As an insult one time, my dad told me that I looked like I'm gonna date black men. He looked at my brother and said my brother is the one thing he hates, and when I said, what's that? He said a black man. And I'm just gonna throw out there that he only dates black women. Who he called the N-word anytime he got upset. I once sat in courts for 30 minutes because my aunt refused to let any of the black associates there help her. We had to wait for the one Indian man that worked there to come back.
My dad defended Zimmerman.
Links are in the description. This is why it's never any good to be a simp, because you will most likely deal with bottom shelf Brad's trash.
Wow. You got some very crazy people. Whenever you pick a mate of a different race, pick the character, get to know a person like you do with someone of the same race, because it's just a wise thing to do. I just, that's just a piece of advice. Like, don't pick somebody. That's why you really got to know, get past the delusion. You really got to sit down and get the time to see what person's at when it comes to this topic. But guess what's coming down the pipe with this issue with interracial dating? You're not gonna like this. What I'm about to show you. Because some people choose to still live in the past. And even though that there were people who are, not all interracial couples are like that. Like these idiots. But there's some people that's trying to pass a law that, just like gay marriage, people don't understand that's. And hold on, let me play a little bit of this video.
You may have noticed with my videos of me approaching women in real life that there's next to no black women, or like just once in a blue moon, like really, really rare, or almost never. Now, when I say I don't date black women, I'm referring to like darker skinned black women, which is like medium brown skin and darker. So I'm cool with light skinned women. And one of the, first and foremost, one of the reasons that comes to mind is there was one time I was at like Buffalo Wild Wings, and there was a table of like 3 black moms and like 4 or 5 black children, and the kids were asking one of the moms for something, and she was like, at this point, something. So just shut up. And then I turned around. Damn near the whole front of the restaurant was sitting, because they were situated somewhere close to the front. And I turned around, and it's like, I've seen outbursts from different types of women, like, and men. Everybody just has their days. Everyone has bad days, but it's never to that level where they're like screaming at the top of their lungs and inside of there. So I turned around and looked at them awkwardly, because I'm like, it's just a bunch of kids. So, and let me just say, I am a bad person. I am evil. So, black women, you should probably be glad I don't go for you. Well, at least not on the balance of probability. Like, I'm very unlikely to. Like, you gotta damn near, if you're a brown skin or darker, if you're a darker skinned black woman, you and it's a dating app, you gotta post a picture of you with a guitar or something. Like an acoustic guitar, or even an electric guitar, or just any instrument, to just like sort of counteract the blackness, so that I get a feel. Because like, one thing that's like a big deal for me, if I were to go for a black woman, first off, she would have to be like an exception in that regard. If it was a dating app, I would have to see something like that to tell me she's not ghetto or anything. But also, if it's real life, she would have to be like drop dead gorgeous, like jaw drops down to the floor levels of attractive, which is not the same standard I have for other women. Like, other women don't have to be that attractive for me to approach them. I would say generally, when it comes to darker skinned black women, the answer is automatically a no, but then we would have to hand pick exceptions for that. There would have to be, the answer is no, but hey, here's an exception. It would have to be like that, like, or not just physically like attractive like that, but I would also have to get sort of these Oreo vibes. Like, if it's a nerdy black girl, for example, like if it was 10 women, each of different races, it was like black, white, Latina, and I would probably be open to talking to all of them except for the darker skinned black woman. Another way you could say is like if there was 10 black women, and I was to pick, and they were in front of me, and they all wanted to be with me, and I had to pick the ones I'm interested in. I would pick the one. I would, out of 10 black women, I would probably pick one or two at most, or maybe even zero if they're all darker skinned. But if it was 10 white women, and they just, assuming all black women like range from like unattractive to like very attractive, if they're all like 21 years old and they're all like interested in me, but if it was 10 white women, I might pick 6 or 7 or 8. If it's Latinas, I'm picking 9 or 10 of them that I'm interested in physically.
Well, that guy can have it. Shout out to Joseph Ward for his channel. But I'm going to take you to, if he do, he better leave the United States with some of them. If you have that mindset. Because in the next couple of years, they're going to try to outlaw interracial dating and marriage. Watch this.
So you would be okay with the Supreme Court leaving the question of interracial marriage to the states?
Yes, I think that that's something that if you're not wanting the Supreme Court to weigh in on issues like that, you're not going to be able to have your cake and eat it too. I think that's hypocritical.
Get ready to hear from the black and white communities speaking on Republicans dismantling interracial marriages. Check it out.
Send it to the states, he says. Send what to the states? States' rights to do what? What should we allow some states to do? Governor Braun, who is working to get a case through the courts to reach the Supreme Court so that the Supreme Court can do the exact same thing they did in Roe v. Wade to Loving v. Virginia, which is to send that back to the states. Zebediah Strange, whatever the F they want, that's why we need a Fed. Yeah, exactly why. They're trying to reword it. Folks, this is real. This is really happening. He is trying to put the shit back in the horse right now. He is. He's trying to put the shit back in the horse right now. But they aren't. Because even his recharacterization of what they're trying to do, which is to send a case to the Supreme Court so that the Supreme Court can do the exact same thing they did in Dobbs, which is to overturn Loving v. Virginia to allow us southern states who have a different view to do what? What different view do they get to express, Governor Braun? What do you want to allow my fucking state to do? Because my beautiful, intelligent, smart, caring, young, Hispanic grandson is in love with a wonderful, beautiful, lily white young woman. What the fuck do you want my state to be able to tell my family? Fuck you. This is who they are. At their core, they are Klan. They are bigots. They have filled our federal departments with these bigots. I showed you the goddamn tapes of it leaving their mouths. Proud Boys are great. They love America. I showed you a governor, a sitting governor, a former senator, telling you out of his own goddamn mouth that the United States Supreme Court needs to allow states to weigh in and do what states believe is right. Do what, Governor? Do what? Make it illegal to marry someone that is not of your race. That is it. That is what they want to do. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you about Medicaid. I told you about Medicare. I told you about Roe. I told you. I told you. I told you. I told you they're fucking bigots. I showed you the fucking bigot, racist motherfuckers wearing our badge, us the people, under the collar of our law, telling you, Proud Boys are great people. Proud Boys are great people. They love America. They're racist pieces of shit that hates everybody in America that doesn't look like this. What the fuck do I have to do to get you to just walk into a voting booth and vote? That's all you gotta do. I'm not asking for D-Day.
Hey, Alicia Little here, and I'm excited to announce that the 3rd annual AI
Excuse the foul language on the video.
and Marketing Summit is here.
I'm not asking for D-Day. I'm just asking you to vote. But Hakeem Jeffries, I'm sorry, Chuck Schumer, I just said, fuck you!
For who? Because from where I'm sitting as a black woman engaged to a white man, I don't think the other woman of color also in an interracial relationship would have allowed an attack on interracial marriage or gay marriage. But what you said, she wasn't the best option for you. You don't care. Your marriage isn't threatened. Your love isn't questioned. But that's what everybody in this country does, right? They vote for themselves. You don't vote for the other. You don't vote for the less than. You don't vote for the different than. You vote for your benefit, and then you make stupid comments like this as if she wouldn't have been a better option for gay people and black people and people in interracial relationships. You guys are thick in the head.
Good evening, everybody. I'm coming on here because I want to say this. He's coming against interracial marriage, and as some of you know who have followed me for a while, my husband is white. And he doesn't want it to go to the Supreme Court because he does not want it to be a federal ban. Because he knows he won't get that, right? Loving versus Virginia is entrenched in the Constitution, right? It's there. He would have to come against it. And so what he wants to do is he wants to leave it to the states. He wants the states to decide if you can be married to a different race, right? And y'all, this is the height of racism. This is the epitome of racism. They are saying that they don't want anybody to be married to white people but white people, right? And I want you guys to understand what happened if you married somebody in the 50s and you were black and they were white. Some of y'all need to go ahead and watch Loving versus Virginia, the movie. That woman was arrested so many times and just treated abominably, right? And I want y'all to know that this man loved his wife so much that when they went to the Supreme Court to have the right to be a family, because that's all he wanted to do was be a family, and he said, just tell them that I love my wife. But your current government, your current president, wants to come against them. So everybody that is married to Hispanics, Latinos, and especially the ones that are black presenting, Asians who have the darker skin, Caribbean people, Africans, so we're all in this now, right? We're all in this together. He doesn't want you to be able to be married to anybody white. Yep. And he wants to give it to the states so that if it went to the Supreme Court, you know, Thomas is married to a white woman. Amy Coney Barrett has black children. So they know that they're not going to get what they need from them. So they know that they will probably defect and go to the other ones, the other side, and vote with them. And they will lose. And they will lose big. So if they give it to the states, now they don't want to federalize anything now because, you know, he's federalized the troops, but he doesn't want to federalize this. He does not want to come against the federal law. He wants to come against the state law. He wants the states to decide. So I'm going to tell you, Texas, you just need to know right now. Okay? Missouri, you just need to know right now. Indiana, you just need to know right now. This is shameful for the black people who voted for him. You disgust me.
ExxonMobil is unleashing the power of the world's smallest molecule by...
Yeah, so it is trying to get to the other state. That's why this country is going to be continuously to be divided because of individuals that want to keep pushing this narrative. You can't tell a bunch of grown people to choose who they love and who they choose to be. And that's really getting to that point. And what's this based on? Because they based on the stats that white people were not having babies in high numbers. I know that's crazy, ain't it? They think so that was one of the things that they trying to eliminate. Then they trying to attack the LGBTQ community. That was another thing because they trying to change the so-called society that fit their norms. That's basically what it is. They're trying to put it to what their ideal. And that's what kind of president Trump is. That's one side I disagree with Trump on, you know, because that's crazy. You can't change something that's naturally is going to happen. People, you can't stop something that they predicted by the white race was going to be projected to be lower. Everything comes back down to skin color. So what these lawmakers are doing, that's what they did. They know that. So you have this government that's moving in a kind of a nationalist way that they learned from their counterparts in Europe. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it like that. And so they try and bring that some people that you see things like this. It's nothing new up under the sun. I go back in history. They show you interracial couples on one of my channels. That has go way back to 1700s. Some cases, you know, the couples were in love. Some cases couples was not in love. It was based on an individual basis. And this is part of white nationalism too. Yeah. That's what they scared, what they fear of. That's why you see the people form the so-called quote white towns up in Arkansas. That's why they said white culture and things like that. That's what they were talking about. So they want to move away from that. And a lot of these states and these little towns are racist in America. And unfortunately, you have some backward individuals that are like that. Now, let's get to the fact about the black dude and some black women and this black dude. When you pick somebody of a nationality and you marry into their family, you should love the family. And they should love your family. That's the way, because you can join together in that relationship. whether you agree with that person or not. It's sad that people are out here and they still have that mindset in 2025, but this is coming. The people at the top are scared. They want to look like Europe. That's basically what they're trying to do. Have it all white. That's what the guy was basically saying. They think by containing the other races and hope that the other races will pick up on to stick to their own. This goes back to ancient times of earlier United States. But as I said, there were people, you can't stop something when you bring in whole civilizations of people and have a mingle and mix together. In America, there's been so many races and different ethnic groups of people that you try to distinguish the white culture or the black culture or the Hispanic culture. It's already the native indigenous culture and all these other cultures. And what is so silly is that someone got insecure to see a certain small percentage of interracial couples out of a vast majority of other couples, black couples, white couples, Asian, Hispanic couples, are in the vast majority of places you go. South Asian couples, you name it. That you see one individual married of someone a different race, or dating, or had kids, and that's like a small percentage. You go to small towns in America, it's like a small percentage. Not every white person, and I say not every black person, not every Latino person, not every other person is going to make that decision to marry outside the race. But the ones that do choose otherwise, it's the same thing as somebody, you may not agree with the LGBTQ community, but it's nothing you can do. That people are going to be LGBTQ. You can tell them this and show them this, but at the end of the day, they're adults. They're going to do what they're going to do. And one thing about an interracial couple, with same-sex couple, the interracial couple is just a different man and different woman of a different origin. The same race couple, the same sex couple, is just two of the same sex. But these backward individuals think that they're going to stop the flow of people going to force somebody and do something that they don't want to do, which is already has advanced. We already advanced past that now. You can't bring back 1935 into 1925. Maybe back in a time, and these old heads are dying out, but they're trying to bring back, like the governor of Indiana. These are old heads, ladies and gentlemen. People going to marry and date who they go, regardless of what. But I would say that people who are married and date, just like the people of your same race, you got people should, my personal opinion, date the character, not the color. Get to know a person outside, beyond the ethnic, who they are as an individual. Love the individual as an individual. That's the message I put in this video. And it's sad that you still have this going on in 2025. So, yeah, be prepared. So if you live in some of these states, you might have to move. If you can't leave the country, move to a state that haven't passed this stuff. Because this is what they're trying to get. It starts with a few, but they're going to try to get to many states. Watch what I'm telling you. And you have a national, white nationalist on the guise of their insecurities based on their something that probably Hitler tried to do. They're trying to bring it up. This is where it's come from. They're scared. They know, and people like that, they're scared to be the minority. So that's why they're doing all this. That's why Trump and certain individuals doing all this extreme stuff. And the guy with the cowboy hat's telling you exactly right. And there was another guy that on that video said the same thing. It's coming. See, it should, truth comes in the land. It don't have a certain appearance. When truth come out, it comes out to all races, nationalities, and color. So be aware of that. But I didn't want to make this video too long. All right, then, ladies and gentlemen, like and subscribe, share this with somebody, and to the black men and black women, pick the character. And to other women of any other race, pick the character, not the color. That's the message for today. Take care, be blessed. See you on the next video.